Hey, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Eddie Skelson, Peak District Photographer. Now, if you're a follower of the channel, you'll probably be aware I haven't posted up anything on YouTube for about 3 weeks. And that's a combination of being ill, nothing major. Well, it is true, bloke. I had a severe cold that affected every part of my body. My throat was absolutely terrible. And then also the weather in the UK has been pretty much relentless rain. Now, today seems okay, it's settled, so I'm going to head, it's settled but it's crap, putting factor 5 sky, but the weather report said there was going to be fog across the Roaches, and I'm just driving towards the Roaches now, and it looks though that could be correct. So I'm going to head up there because it's close to home. Main reason. Don't want to go too far because I am still feeling a little bit peaky. Oh, pun intended, I guess. And I'm going to head up there, take a walk into the wooded area, which I've not done for a long time now. Been quite a while. Maybe walk up to the top, see if I could get some glimpses of hang cloud through the fog. Might be tough. It looks pretty deep, looks pretty high. So it may be too much actually. I normally bitch about not having fog, but it could be too dense, and that's can be almost as annoying as not having any at all. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Come with me to arguably today the Roaches. Okay, just arrived at the Roaches. It's pretty good fog. Visibility is probably, I don't know, 30 feet, which is not bad for woodland photography. You get to see quite a bit of stuff. It should stick around. So it's late morning, by the way. It's not early. It's 9:30. There was no point getting up early because apparently the fog wasn't even here. But yeah, it looks okay to me from here. So next shot, I'm absolutely sure will be me getting out of the car or something. Well, it's a bit breezier than I anticipated. Welcome to the Roaches. But yeah, as you can probably see around me, I'm completely engulfed in the fog. No big vista shots today. You have to excuse me, I'm still a little bit gravelly from the cold. But I'm going to head up now towards the wooded area at the bottom, the base of the Roaches. Have a walk through there, see if we can find some nice shots. Be looking for a lot of textured stuff, making use of that. The realization of the depth, which is going to be nice, I hope. But yeah, bit breezy. Other things, I am trying out a new mic. So DJI released a little mini mic right here. This has been a bit of a story as well, getting hold of this. But I'll give it a go, let you know my honest thoughts on it, as ever. Grab my coffee. I drink this before I go in so I don't have to stuff the cup in my pocket. It looks quiet up here. There's only about half a dozen cars on this stretch of the road, so I think it's going to be a quiet day. The weather is going to put people off, which is good for me. Yeah, come on. Oh my God. Let's go have a wander and see if I make it back. Well, here I am. I've just come up from Roach Road, so this is the sort of middle bit between Hen Cloud and the Roaches proper. Not right at the end, that's Roach End. You walk up that path and you enter this lovely place. Now, this has taken quite a battering over the last couple of years, at least, with trees being felled due to, I guess, a disease, but also conservation of some sort, which still freaks me out. Just for example, this tree here has all been chopped off at the top And I see no earthly reason for that. But again, I'm open to being persuaded that it was the right thing to do. I genuinely don't get it. So I'm going to walk through. I have noticed straight away, first observation, the fog is pulsing. It's not just one great big, consistently dense mass. Fog can come in clumps. The density can increase and decrease. So I'm watching out for that, because I've spotted a few scenes already that just while I was sort of wandering through the gate, suddenly became more open because the fog thinned, which is a good thing. It presented opportunity for composition, which I didn't take. I didn't bother doing it. But I'm going to wander up this way. There's a particular tree I like. I always try and catch it in different moods, in different weather conditions. I've caught this tree in snow, I've shot it in the summer, in the autumn. Then put a couple of those shots up now. And here it is now, just taking a look at it. I think maybe worth breaking out the camera for. As I said, it's very breezy up here, which will be a good test of the mic, if nothing else. But that does mean that the branches are going to sway, which means lifting that shutter speed or waiting for the wind to die down a little bit. Now at the moment I'm shooting at f4 on a 24-105. I need that width. This is a wide tree, and it's important that I get all of this in. It's hard to pick it out in the images. I've done this many times, but there's a beautiful way that a branch at the front wraps around the side of the tree, and trying to just make sure that is captured as best I can is important. Shutter speed currently 125. I mean, I've cranked it up just to make sure I don't get this blurring. But it's fine, there's plenty of light for the R5 to work with. I'm going to try another angle, which is straight on. So I'm literally looking at the tree right now. I think it looks great. It's got some large trunks at the back that don't distract, and at f4 it's going to just blur them out a little bit, so that's fine. I'll maybe crank it up to f8 and just to see how it looks with everything around it just that little bit sharper. But by and large, I think there's some good shots here. It's not a bad start to the day. All being well, yeah, this will continue as we move into the woods. It's good. Okay, I'm going to switch to the 15-35. I'm quite close to the tree now. I don't normally shoot this close, and unfortunately the 24 just won't cut it. It's just like right on the edge, and that gives me no room to play with the composition at all. I'm not saying I won't get it right first time, but why take that chance? Okay, I want to have a little bit more space, and also I believe in a bit of breathing room around scenes like this. So yeah, I've got the option, why not I take it? 15-35 is going to go on. It's not got the best aperture in the world, but it'll do the job for this kind of thing, no problem. The mist is going to, Mr. Fog is going to supply all of the blurring, if you will, the depth that I need, so we're good. Load of ladies coming up, I can hear them. No, they're going the other way. Okay, I think we got at least one exciting shot there. Ghostly almost. I think the way the fog is this morning, almost ghostly, and this beautiful tree stands out in front of it. It's good. The ladies who I just spoke to took a group photo for them. I hope they have a great walk. If they do come back and watch the channel, hello ladies. They're off to Lodge Church, so I know they're going to have a fantastic morning there with the fog being like this. Meanwhile, back to reality. There's one of the huge boulders ahead. Not sure if I can do something with that. It's quite massive. I think that's something I'd like, maybe have a person in front of, or a dog, something like that. There's a lovely bunch of trees just behind me, but there's some cut down logs in front of it, and I know it kind of spoils it for me. So probably not going to do that one. I can see the tops of the ridge now. Oh, getting a bit of rain. Hopefully that's not going to be a factor, else this will end quite quickly. Shouldn't rain.
Okay.
I did change my mind. I did decide to catch these trees. They were clearly drawing me in a bit more than I thought, but at a point on balance. So because of the fog, things stand out a bit more than perhaps they would in like regular light. You'll find this. And this tree, let me try and do this. I'm always terrible at this. The tree there, that is much more defined than the other trees. So originally I was going to have that to either, you know, the left or the right. I was thinking, oh, it's a bit heavy, bit strong. But in fact, I decided, no, that should be right in the middle. Because if that's the strongest element, if that's where your eye is going to be drawn to, and you can't rely on being drawn across either side of the composition, then it should be in the middle. Now, I could be wrong on this. Again, part of being an amateur photographer is you're not 100% sure what you're doing. It feels right, so I'm going to do that. But you let me know what you think. Was that the right choice? Maybe I'll do one with it on the side, as if I was doing a sort of composition with a bit of space to one side. Maybe it'll look as good, I don't know. And I'm always keen to find out what other people are seeing that maybe I'm missing. But yeah, so I'm going to get that shot. Again, still absolutely beautiful, getting a bit wet, but it's light. We can live with this. These shots are coming up now. Okay, these are the scenes I love. Look at the trees in the background there, stretching back into the distance. The foreground is supplied by the kind of muted coloured fern and grass. So there's still green grass, and then there's the brown, the decaying, the dying ferns. So you get that little bit of coloured foreground, and it reaches out into the mist. Beautiful. I'm going to do a few of these shots, and they're all going to be much of a muchness as far as tech goes. Slightly elevated shutter speed because it's a bit windy. Probably about f8 on the aperture. Maybe drop it a little bit lower if I'm feeling saucy. So I won't just talk all the way through that, and I'll just put a few of these shots up, and I hope you'll enjoy them as much as I know I'm going to enjoy shooting them. I think this one's got potential. Nice bit of foreground. So dead logs, cut down unfortunately. But you can see the green, the moss on that branch is nice. Whoa, a bit dizzy. Still not quite well. I just had a tiny little sprint to get to here. A little bit dizzy. Whew. And then in the background, I don't know, is this picking it up? Trees. Fallen trees, but curling over. It's an interesting backdrop. It's a bit of a distance, which is good. It's nice. That's okay. Doesn't detract from this interesting scene. So I take that shot, and even as I'm standing here, excuse me, these dead logs that are sort of reaching up towards 3 trees there. Interesting stuff. All really close as well. So I'll do this shot, and I'll come give that one a go as well. It's a bit of a cornucopia today. I knew it would be. I had confidence. Other thing, plans for next year. Craig's already been in touch, said like what we're going to do, Fat Boy. So, we'll hopefully come up with some good stuff that both of us can afford. We're working class blokes, and time is as precious as our gear, really, probably more so. And I may be able to get squeak one more vlog out before Christmas, but just in case, season's greetings, Merry Christmas, whatever it is that gets you through this portion of the year, guys. And you know I'm talking to, if you're feeling a little bit down, never be afraid to reach out, whoever, and let's, you know, try and make this time of the year real fun and something that we can gear up. I like platforms to launch from. I've got a new book coming out next year. There you go. I knew I was supposed to pitch something. I've got a new novel. It's been a couple of years in the writing, but mainly because I sort of sped through, got to the end, and on the last 3 chapters, I decided I didn't like the ending, and I stopped. I thought, I'm not going to do a Stephen King. I'd like to do a Stephen King actually, but I'm not gonna put something out there that doesn't sit right with me as an ending. It's starting to rain now. This was a good call. So I've got a new book coming out next year. It's set in the Peak District, but it's a what would you call it? Sci-fi horror, post-apocalyptic kind of thing. I like it. I think it's fun, exciting. Not fun. It's not fun at all. It's exciting. And it's called Cloudfall, and it should be available. I mean, I could make it available in a month really if I wanted to, but I need some time to edit and pitch and promote. I'm going to put it on GoFundMe, so you can buy advanced copies in hardback. I'll only do 1 edition of a hardback. I've done that with the last couple of novels, so you can get a hardback version of the book. I'll be putting this on Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of crap, don't worry about that. But I think it's fun. Not fun, I keep saying fun. It was fun for me to write, but I don't think it's going to be fun to read. It's pretty brutal, some of it. But yeah, so yeah, I've got a new novel, been quite a while, and then all being well, off the back of that, towards the end of the year, maybe I'll have another novel out that people have been waiting for, a sequel. And I've got other news, but unfortunately that's all up in the air at the moment. That's very exciting. But for the photography side, my plan is to just keep doing this. I'm enjoying it, and if you're enjoying it, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell people you don't like so that you waste their time, and see you for the next one.